Oh man, oh, this sandwich is really good. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry about a little bit late, but we're here. It's Wednesday. Oh man, and we got some retro vibes to take you back. Let's get it started. Hump Day starts right now.
Chassis, pristine and cold, a legendary look that'll never get old. Put the power inside, turn the key tonight, watch the CRT flicker into light. Thermaltake, taking it back, old school, cool for the modern track. Rewind the grid, time to step inside, an 80s dream where the pixels glide. Thermaltake, taking it back. Shell that looks like the past, shifting rhythm, cooling in the air, beige box aesthetic with a future flair. Press start to play, let the system load, we're taking command of the digital road. Thermaltake, taking it back, old school, cool for the modern track. Rewind the grid, time to step inside, an 80s dream where the pixels glide.
All right, Wafflers. All right. Oh. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. Ah! Wait, there we go. All right, everybody. We're here. We're here. Here, let's do this. Let's get this started. I think it's a waffle. Is it a waffle? Let's see. Is that a waffle? Looks like a waffle. All right, cool. Let's get going. It's up there, baby. Let's go.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Like the past, built to last. Front panel chrome glow, take me where the old ones go. Now on your desk, sharp and fresh. Slide it in, feel that snap. Classic shape but never flat. Every curse is running back. Turn the page, then bring it back. A fact. Mesh and shine, tidy frame, modern power, vintage name. You can
guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
In need of temperance, just resub for 1 month.
That's a fact. Time warp case, midnight dream, familiar frame, fresh machine, past and future on one shelf, built for you, made to flex.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Pig Radio just resubbed for 1 month.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Pinkish Floyd.
Yo, listen up.
Oh, yeah. What's good, fam? Welcome back. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Are we excited to get to some retro stuff today? I know I am. I have a lot of fun stuff that I've been setting up, man. You guys, I hope you're in for a treat today. We got a good one. Shout outs to my man, SizzleMan51, throwing out the gifties. Appreciate the love there. Throwing some gifties to Nita Temperance, Pig Radio, and Mr. Floyd. Let's go. Thank you, SizzleMan. Much love. Giving out those extra waffles. Loving it, man. Loving it. How's everybody doing today?
Whoa!
Yeah, you get those TPS reports done yet?
Whoa, SizzleMan coming in with the 10 fat stacks. Wow.
Today's just Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh.
Damn, bro.
Nothing. Just hey,
SizzleMan, thanks for the 10 gifties, bro.
My name is not Mike.
Much love. Nuru coming in with a 7-stream streak. Let's go, woo woo.
It is Wednesday. Yes, I get it because you're a camel. You have a hump.
Oh man, we got a fun one.
Why don't you ever bother him, huh?
Why don't you ever bother him?
Sizeman51 has gifted 10 subs to viewers.
Let's go. Much love. Thank you, man. Once again, thank you guys. Hey, 07 to all the wafflers out there. Let's go. Hope everybody's doing good. Retro, did Mike find a Mozart somewhere? Dude, I found the coolest motherboard. Bro. You're gonna love this. I had to find something retro, man. I wanted to see how far back we could go. I was curious what, I had in the bowels of the warehouse. Oh, we started a treasure train. Treasure train is now active. Now is the time if you guys want to get in on some extra waffles and save some money. We got a treasure train already going. Let's go. We talking ATX old or AT old? Ooh, I like it. No, I was, I did want to keep it at least within the 24-pin realm. You know what I'm saying? I got a fun little mix of good and bad, old and new and old. You guys let me know. What you think when you see this. All aboard!
Faith makes a way.
Faith makes a way coming in. Appreciate the 3 months.
Me too. All right.
Congrats, Sumi, coming in with the 45 months, bro.
Let's go,
Thank you
boys.
so much, man. Get in on those waffles, everybody. Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win. Oh, I got to do that too. I got to exclamation mark waffle or I'll forget. Let's go. Let's get in it. Yeah, it's my waffle. And for all of you that are knowing, I enter the waffle because if I hit the waffle, you guys get an extra spin. So let's all have some fun. Let's all have some fun. We're Thermaltake. We're giving it back, baby. It's hump day. Let's go. Hope everybody's doing good.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is?
Oh,
Guess what day
level
it is?
5.
Huh? Anybody? Julie,
What the?
hey, guess what day it is? Oh,
What
come on. I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Cypher 88 coming in with the
Cypher
1 year, bro. Thank you so
1988
much.
just resubbed for 12 months.
Happy Waffle Wednesday, baby. Zira's coming in for the 20 months.
Hey, you like waffles too? No way, me too. All right.
Get in there, baby. Let's go.
Zris. Need that Servile Bop emote Dino dance.
Several Bobby emote. Choo-choo. Choo-choo. I know Twitch adding all kinds of stuff like that, you know? It's cool, though. I like it. I like how they can do a little give back, too. People can share. People can give back. I love it. Do I also enter? No, I don't. I guess I should, but the problem is that it's a different account. And I mean, I'm just going to do Twitch. I should probably consider doing YouTube as well. You know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. Let's try. We'll give you guys more chances. We'll give you guys even more. Why not? Why not? Right? That's what we're here. That's what we're all about. Let me see if it even works. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think I'm following. I don't know if I can do it on YouTube. We'll see. I haven't seen the Streamlabs update yet, but that doesn't mean you can't get in on it. We are live on both Twitch and YouTube. If you're hanging around here on Twitch, go venture over to YouTube. Drop that little waffle action in. Come back to Twitch or YouTube, whichever. Watch both. Doesn't matter to me. Double it up, baby. Get those extra entries in. It's all about giving back to the community. Love you, chat. Hope you guys are good. It's tough out there, man. It's tough out there right now, man. Especially for PC parts, dog. Man, it's crazy. We need some relief. We need a little love. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just give us a little bit. Will my YouTube chat freeze? Hold on. Oh, I had to eat a sandwich. Oh, dude, I destroyed an amazing sandwich right now. It was really good. So I'm ready. I'm pumped for some retro today. I am pumped. Yeah. There's so many wafflers waffling. I can't even, I'm losing track. There we go. All right. All right. Pretty good, Master. Pretty good. I think one of the interesting things I was trying to do was I was looking for the oldest, like something to throw back, right? Like I wanted to find like the oldest motherboard that still functions. And I thought it was really convenient with a certain motherboard company that's come out with a newer retro vibe style motherboard. I think you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about when you see this, and we'll be talking about that here as we get into the stream, because I want to show you guys so you can see. I'm super excited about it. Will it work? Will it post? Who knows? We will find out. No, going back a little bit further than 1150, bro. Think about what type of components you had back in the XP days. Think about like what kind of parts you had around in the XP days, man. Yeah. That is good. That's a good, you know what's up. I wasn't gonna go back because I gotta stick to some Thermaltake stuff. You know what I mean? Gotta stick to some Thermaltake stuff, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Ooh, Alpha knows what's up. Dude, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. Just digging through boxes, throwing it here. We're not using HDMI. We're not using DisplayPort. That's all I got to say about that. But we're not going AGP back. We're not going that far back, okay? But we're going to have some fun. I think it's going to be a blast. I'm super excited for this. And be able to show you guys some old parts that I've kept around for a while. I think you guys are going to like it. I think you guys are going to like it. Dude, physics cards, bro. Back in the day with physics cards, I had one. I remember that. Then they did the whole like GPU physics offset. Oh man. Dude, 7950 GX2s. I had two 7950 GX2 EVGA cards. I eventually stepped them up to 9800 GX2s. And that the quad SLI days, baby. Those quad SLI days. I'm a graphic junkie, man. I give it to me, baby. Give me all the tessellation you can. But we're stepping back a little bit here. We got our new but old but new retro 360 case. We did a nice little breakdown of that last week, kind of just showcasing all the fun things with the case, the ins and outs, how panels come off, how things go, what the case is all about. So we covered that last week, and this week we're going to be kicking off our retro build, and I am definitely excited for this. Really takes you back. Really takes you back. Brother, I used to work for BFG. Oh my goodness. Yep. That's a big effing card. Oh man, that's dope. I remember all of that. I remember all of that stuff, man. All the other companies, all the stuff and everything back in the day. Good stuff, bro. It's good stuff. Thank you guys so much for the treasure train hitting level 5. You guys are wild, man. Appreciate the subs. Thanks again. Shout outs to the gifters. SZA Man coming in hard with the extra gifties today. Make sure you guys get in on those extra waffles, man. Get in on it. All right, I guess we should get started. I guess we should get started off. I'm just gonna sit here and talk about old school stuff the whole time. But that's what we're all about today.
Guess what day it is? Guess
BD
what day
McDaniel
it is?
coming in with
Huh?
the 31
Anybody?
months. Yeah,
Julie,
let's go.
hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
McDaniel just resubbed for 31 months. Yay.
Dude, I wish I had one of these little old retro little these. I remember these little CRT like all-in-ones.
Lots of syrup.
Tasty waffles, lots of syrup. All right. For real. Okay. You mean a Mac Classic? Well, I mean, to be fair, one of the first PCs I had. Shout out to mom and dad, by the way. We had that Apple IIe back in the day. I mean, that thing must have been a fortune back then. I don't even remember. This was maybe late 80s, early 90s, probably early 90s. It was an Apple IIe. Apple IIe, it's something like that. I mean, bro, I remember playing like Moon Patrol and God, there was this other game that I really enjoyed playing. Like, dude, that was like, I mean, I was already deep into NES and console stuff, right? And it's just like, what's a computer? What's the internet? I mean, there wasn't even internet. You know? We're talking 5 1/4 floppies, not opticals. Friends don't let friends buy Macs. Dude, back in the day, though, it was a different situation for real. I think my first Duke Nukem was on that Apple PC. I think I played the very first Duke Nukem there. Oregon Trail. You know, a lot of those old school games. I'm really trying to think. I got a lot going on for the month of August. We're in August now. fully August. Wow. Beantown coming in with a 10 stream streak. That Apple IIe was over 2K back then. Yeah. And $2,000 back then was a lot of money. And I remember I wasn't allowed to take that one apart. You know what I'm saying? I equate Apple with Oregon Trail. Dude, it was a thing. You just didn't want to get dysentery. You know, it's tough out there. It's tough out there on the old Oregon Trail. Tough out there on that old Oregon Trail. And we had the dot matrix printer. We had that printer and all that. I remember that. Good times, man. Really good times. And you know, I remember those things in school. Like before that, I remember my first IBM x86, dude. It's just crazy to kind of come back. And you know, I feel like retro should have happened sooner than later, but I'm really glad that retro's making some moves. I love that we came out with some retro stuff, including both the case and an AIO. We got the case now. The AIO's coming in really soon, so I'm like really excited to get that AIO. We should have it any day. I don't have it just yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be coming in by next week. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then we got some other fun coming up in August too. So like for all you guys that are already in, dude, like we got some big plans for August. I think most of you that have been around know what's going down. We're gonna have some fun, but we got to get some retro. We got to get some retro vibes in here today. Have some fun with that. So I think you guys are gonna. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys like it. Of course, we are showcasing today with our retro 360. Now we also have this available in micro ATX as well. We're using the retro because it's ATX, but we do have both micro ATX version or an ATX version. So if you got an old system and you still want it to be kind of, you know, you still want it to look old, but like kind of clean it up, you know, little new stuff, you know, maybe throw some new paint on this thing or whatever. Maybe jump on over into some of our new retro series for both ATX and micro ATX applications. And I mean, bro, you're coming in
when you're 3 hours into a download on an external dial-up modem and someone in the house picks up the phone and knocks you offline. Good times.
You know, Pig, that, you know, it really, really, really takes me back. I remember the days of playing Diablo 1. And, you know, we didn't have battle.net yet, right? But we had peer-to-peer where you had to call, like I would call my best friend's house and we'd have to tell both our parents to not answer the phone. And they couldn't resist answering the phone, right? So like the phone would ring, my dad would pick it up and it'd just be like, you know, like, well, what's going on? I was like, Dad, don't answer the phone. And then he'd be like, okay. And then I'd be like, all right, try it again. And then he'd try it again. And then it would ring, and my dad would pick up the phone. And I'd be like, Dad, don't pick up the phone. And then you had the other experience of you're in, you're playing, you got your boy, you're doing your thing, we're Diabloing it up, you know what I mean? Stay a while and listen, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, Mom picks up the phone because she wants to call somebody and just bloosh. Oh, I got disconnected. I lost everything. Oh, the days, baby. Oh, the days. Can we get a second phone line? Can we get a second phone line? You know what I mean? Great times. The birth of the internet and all that stuff was wild, bro. It was wild. Remember typing in the disabled call waiting code in the script? Oh, nice.
Hey, you like waffles too? No way.
People don't even know what we had to deal with. These kids have it just way too easy with this stuff.
JT.
Oh, Beantown, I got the gravel sand. Nice. Enjoy that. Does it smell like real leather? No, that's a cool color combo, man. I really like that one. Definitely different. But yeah, those were the tough days, man. Oh, it's a golden waffle ticket. Compa JT coming in with a 20 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Compa. Good to see you. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. But yeah, we got Got a couple new retro actions here on the table. If you want to check either of them out, they are in stock. They should be out and about in other e-tailers as well, but you can also pick it up directly from our website. We do sell direct on thermaltakeusa.com exclusively. So feel free to take a look if you want to learn more, see more, all that other more little retro vibes. Get your retro vibes on. But yeah, man, I mean, if you got an old system and you want to kind of, you know, get it a nice new little paint job and everything, these cases are coming in at a really good value. And I think if you want something with some updated internals, but still make it look like an old beat up machine from back in the day, I'm curious to see what some other mods would do with this thing, you know, just beating it up, just make it look even older. It's like, what's the goal? To make it look older. Good days, man, good days. The only thing that, in my opinion, this case is missing, it is 7 segment. Oh, I know, right? Like it had that little, and it's like, you know, whenever you try to do it's like flickering and stuff like that, you know? It'd be crazy, man. I remember I was deep into a fight with Diablo and it was midnight and I had some headphones on. My dad snuck up on me and scared the crap out of me, and Diablo. Oh no, Alpha. Been there, done that. Dude, I have like, it's crazy too. It's like, you know, big fan of Tarkov, and I'd be playing Tarkov and it's like maybe, I don't know, like 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know, I got the headphones on. I'm trying to listen to every crackle of wood or leaves in the ground, trying to hear people before I see people kind of stuff. And my kid will come up and be like, hey, Dad. And I was like, wow. You're just so into it, man. You're deep into it. You know what I mean?
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Green Garage says, does it come with a high-density HD
Julie,
floppy disk
guess what
drive?
day it is?
Dude,
come on, I know you can hear me.
With an optical
Mike,
5 1/4,
what
though.
day is it, Mike?
That's the only one thing that I wish that I would
23
say I wish I wanted
Blue
to
Dude just resubbed for 3 months.
Blue Dude coming in with a tier 1 for 3 months. Hey, thanks for the biddies, by the way, earlier, man. I almost forgot about that. Thanks again, Blue Dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Quicksta coming in with the 40 Wednesdays. Oh, man, we're over 40 now. Oh, no, Quicksta, what are we going to do? We're getting old. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Not only did he not ask if I was winning, are you winning, son? But he also laughed at how hard he scared me, dude. Dad life, baby. Dad life, you know? Mike and his Tarkov skills, nobody is taking his AC unit outside. Nope. Nope. Don't try it. Guns in real life and guns in games, baby. Let's go. Learn how to use them, baby. Learn how to use them. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. That's right. I remember, you know, back in the day, I used to always be like, yeah, man, I'll always be a Toys R Us kid. And then Toys R Us went out of business. Well, I guess Jeffrey decided to throw in the towel. And then I think they went to Canada or something like that. I don't know what happened, but whatever. I miss the old days, the old Toys R Us's, man, and everything, where you go and actually buy video games, not just the other stuff. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. I'm going to be over the hill on Wednesday soon. Belong in a museum.
Let's go.
It belongs in a museum. Love that. Great indie quote. Great indie quote right there. But yeah, we got the Retro 360 here on the table. If you guys want to check out more about it, we got a lot of info up on our website. If you'd like to see some of the stuff that it offers, you know, a lot of fun little things. I mean, there's options for storage, you know, for your old drives that you got. You want to be able to mount those things up, but then have more of an updated interior with some of the newer features. And, you know, hey, we're going to have to see if our old school motherboard will fit in our retro case, because it would be a shame if you know, it didn't support, if it wouldn't fit in there, you know what I mean? Because it might be that old. It might be that old. A lot of fan options though for this, as well as cooling, but again, like, all this stuff's all on our website.
The real question, will it support Windows 11 with 4 gigabytes of RAM?
Windows 11 with 4, I don't know if we're that. I don't think so. I mean, I guess it depends on what you put inside, Green Garage. I guess it all depends on what you want to put inside. You know what I mean? I mean, I think I'm rocking like a 1 gigabyte DDR2 module. big money right there. 1 gig module DDR2. I only have 1 stick of RAM too because I wanted to show the pain. I wasn't even going to put the other stick in. We're just going to run with 1 stick because reasons. I was gonna put like Windows 3.11 on there, but I lost disk number 44 out of 47. I'm trying to think, it was almost like 50 floppy disks, Windows 3.11. Remember those days?
Mike.
Good old Minesweeper, baby. But yeah, man, hope everybody's doing good. Happy hump day. Get in on those waffles. We got a banger for you today. Having some fun. 1 gig was enough for XP and enough for CSS. Dude, wouldn't it be cool if you could go back in the day? Like, if I could just play some old school Counter-Strike, like 1.0 stuff, man. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember what the browser was for where we found servers or joined in groups and everything. Was it GameStop? It wasn't like GameStop. It was something similar like that. I forgot what it was called though. No, it was before 1.6. This was like 1.0. Like when Steam was born. I think I joined Steam like a couple of weeks after it came out. And I got friends still today that give me crap because they joined like 2 or 3 days before I did. Or like a week before. He's like, yep, I got a lower number than you on your Steam ID, bro. And I'm like, hey man, we're both old. I get it. But you know what? You don't get me on that 4 day. He'll still get me on that 4 days, and I freaking love it, dude. It's so funny. I'd do the same thing if I was 1 day before you too. You know what I mean? Gabriel coming in with the 25 biddies. What up? Hey there, greetings from Brazil. What's up, Brazil? I'm from Tech Power Up. I'm the Enterprise SSD reviewer. I'm currently looking at the TT AX500 and was going to replace my Z790 platform with a W890 Xeon. Wow. Alongside a Silverstone X360. Do you know if it would fit perfectly? PS, my GPU is enough 5090. So Xeons, dude, that W890, is that SSS? Or is that EEB? Is that SSI EEB form factor though? Because I would say it's just all about the form factor. Because the AX500, let's see. It should still be here, right? Let's see. If it's not here, it's on global. No, it's right here. Let's take a look. Because this was a workstation. This was a workstation case. Because this does support SSI EEB. CEB, EEB, IIB, BB, BBB. Robot, beep, 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 beep. But no, like, hey, form factor wise, I mean, at least if anything, we're not trying to debacle EATX and which EATX you could possibly have, which could work or not work depending on which motherboard company it was and what EATX form factor they decided to follow, because that's a gray area one for that one. But I think SSI, it's CEB. Oh man, you really got the brain thinking here. Because I think we list it out. Yeah. We do list it out. So like right here on the specifications page. Right here on the specifications page, right? So from Mini up to EATX, but it also does have the supporting standoffs that would fit for SSI CEB as well as SSI EEB. Yeah, it should work. My concern is the cooler. Look it up. Look up the depth of the radio. Yeah, no, I can understand that. I mean, with the case, right? Like, with this particular case, I don't want to, get into too much of something different, you know what I mean? But I still love the questions and love that, so I appreciate it. Appreciate it again, Gabriel. Alongside of Silverstone, my concern is the cooler. Yeah, and for its depth and everything. I mean, I'm assuming you're planning to, if you're going to go like cooler and you're going to do like an AIO, right? You're going to mount it on the roof? Because I'm assuming it would be on the top, and you got that nice little spacing right here, but I don't believe we list. Well, let's see, because I know that has been a thing in the past. Like, I mean, like something like this, or you'd have, your SSI board here. I mean, you do have some mounting options for the side, but ultimately, if you're going to throw an AIO in it, I'd put it on the top. I'd totally put it on the top. I think that just makes the most sense for that. Let me see if, because I'm not sure if we actually detail out, because we talk about the cooler links, motherboard, you know, GPU length, sometimes some thicknesses, but oh, you know what? Let's see real quick here. The manual always has the important stuff. The manual always has it. What happened? What happened? Okay, it wasn't me. Wait, what happened? Are we still live? It says we are. Twitch says we are excellent. YouTube's maybe, is it YouTube or is it Twitch? You guys on Twitch saying F? Am I losing internet? Why is this is this downloading?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Is it like I'm downloading the manual and it's affecting my stream quality? Oh, come on, man. Oh, because it's downloading from Taiwan. I wonder, refresh? Refresh? F5? Oh, progress. Stream will be back here shortly. Downloading manuals. Good now, nope. Uh-oh. What's going on? It's a slideshow. Wow, my bit rate's excellent. Oh, I see. Twitch could be twitching. Is YouTube the same way? Because then I wouldn't think it's Twitch's issue. I need to ping the server. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. What's going on? Hold. Well, that's working. At least I can see my own text coming through. Give it somebody's DDoSing Twitch right now. Is your boss uploading something? Hey man, stop watching those movies, man. I'm trying to stream over here, man. All right, thanks, bro. Somebody's probably downloading a game. Probably what it is. Somebody's probably downloading a game. They're going like, you know, it's Wednesday afternoon. No one's probably paying attention. I don't got too much to do right now, you know. Let's go download a 100 gigabyte game right now. Marco, follow. Oh my God, did the microwave overheat in the break room?
Sweet case just needs a disk drive.
I agree. 100%. I agree, Blue Dude. 100%. All right, maybe we shouldn't be looking at this. Maybe this manual is everything. Twitch is running out of RAM. We ran out of RAM. We had to sell some of the RAM, man. We needed to pay the bills. So everything's a little bit slower. Dude, I wonder if I'm going to close this. And if I close this and everything's good, I'm never opening a manual again on a live stream. But no, like what I was trying to say, if you can even understand me at this moment, was that usually in the manual we'll give you a better breakdown of the clearances of certain things, depending on if it was covered. I know a lot of stuff like storage. Let's see, let me go back up here. Motherboard mounting. There's like how the bracket thing comes out. Let me see. VGA, motherboard compatibility, VGA length. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would say if anything, and let me know, hopefully everything's coming back up here. Let me just just close out some things. Radiator thickness, right? Like I would say, Gabe, the standard like radiator thicknesses, I mean, you look like standard AIO rads, right? Depending on what you're going with, like 28 to 30 mil. And then you got like a 25 mil fan on there. So you're looking around 50-ish on the millimeters for thickness. I would say that it would be pretty comfortable with mounting it on the top. I don't know if you'd necessarily be considering even the front for that matter. but I think it should be okay. But it all really kind of depends on the rad. If you're looking at like a rad that's thicker than 30, it might come down, like if you're going to mount it on the top, where like it could be interfering a little bit with some of the connections, like your EPS and stuff like that. So if anything, I would just make sure you have all those top and side connections already done before you slap the AIO in towards the end of the build. You know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully everything's good on that. And I don't know what's going on there. If we got DDoSed by a Thermaltake manual or whatnot. Oh my God. Yeah, and no, I can totally understand that. I've definitely done stuff where like it's close with the EPS, right? But always like, plug the EPS in and then just route that through. I mean, sometimes if it even if there was like I've done some crazy stuff. I mean, hey, I'm ThermalMike after all. I like to think outside the box. And sometimes I've had scenarios where I wanted to put a thicker radiator and the case said no. And I said, well, wait a minute here. And, I've done stuff where, I ran the EPSs behind the motherboard, then mounted the motherboard. So instead of it going up through where the grommet was, it just basically almost 180'd behind the PCB. It's little, some people don't really like that because they don't want the wires getting too close to like the PCB and stuff. But if you're careful with it and everything, but I don't think you're going to have that kind of a problem. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to have that big of an issue with it, but let me know, man. Let me know if anything, just reach out. We'll definitely try to help you out, man, if we can. But I guess it all just kind of depends on the board, you know what I mean? But it should have the standoffs for it. So I wouldn't say, as long as it fits in that criteria, right? Is the bottom 3.5? I think so. I think I saw it there. I don't want to open them. I'm afraid to open the manual again. I am afraid to open the manual. Take a look. I believe I saw it in there. Where, let's see, was it on this page too? But I believe it is removable, and it's just, yeah, you're talking about these guys right here, right? I think you're talking about these storages. I believe they are removable. It's either going to be a slide lock or like something. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I can't remember 100%. But yeah, take a look at that. I think it gives a little breakdown on that. I think it does. But yeah, we got, going back to our old school build here. Great question, by the way, Gabe. Appreciate you. Thanks again. And I think our Retro 360 AIO, we are waiting for this still to come in stock. It's currently not here just yet, but we are excited. This is going to be coming in both in a 360 as well as a 240. 240? Yeah, 240, not 280, but also a 240. And that way it's just kind of matching the two different cases. We got two different cases here on this for the retro stuff. You want to get like your cool little CRT action going on there to kind of match it up, or just put whatever cooler you want in there. You know what I mean? Got lots of options for you. How are you guys doing? What is the current topic? Well, purple. Well, first we're talking about some retro. We got a retro case build that we're doing today. But Gabriel was asking some questions about the AX500, which is a workstation chassis that sports the SSI, CEB, crazy, those big Xenon Mobos, the big stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of cool things though. And then yeah, AIO in the works. I'll keep you guys posted when this is gonna be available. Hoping to get some updates here for you next week on that, but I'll keep you posted. Keep you posted if you guys are looking into that for sure. Mom, don't pick up the phone. We are on Twitch right now. You're embarrassing me, I know, right? Mom, the phone, Mom, it's not your friend. It's my friend's computer calling. Please don't answer it if it rings again, okay? Thanks, bye. Oh, the times my poor parents had to deal with me. Oh, the times, man. Good stuff. All right, let's dive into some retro. We're already cooking the timer already a good bit, huh? Huh? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's so funny, Cyber. That's so funny, dude. Like my shirt? PAX East, baby. It was neat to go see Atari over there at the booth. I had to grab this shirt, man. It just gives you those nice little vibes. Just like some of this fun hardware that I've been looking at. Taking just a couple neat little things right here. I've been playing with. here with the case. But, you know, before I get into some of the old school parts and stuff that I have lined up here for you guys with our cool retro build that we got going on here. Boy, is this thing really kind of take you back, you know what I mean? Got the little
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
you know, all that fun stuff, you know what I mean? Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Don't forget to jump in on that waffle, everybody. About 48 minutes left on the waffle, give or take. We do some great prizes and everything, so get in on that, guys. You know what I mean? It's your prize, your way here on Thermaltake Hump Day Land. Hump Day, Thermaltake Land, all that fun stuff. But yeah, we got our retro case. Again, like I was saying, we covered this last week, giving you the breakdown overview of the case itself. And we're going to be kicking off today with our retro build that I've been so excited about to be able to show you guys. So excited. How many floppy disks to install GTA 6? I think it's, I mean, could you imagine? I mean, I guess when the game actually comes out, we'll be able to do the math and break it down. But I think the real question is not how many discs, but how long it would take. Could you imagine if you just effed up and you were on like disc number 432 and you accidentally put in 437 instead of 434? Could you imagine that? It's like, oh, yeah, start over. Oh, it's files corrupted. Start over. Oh man, the days. Can I pop out that CD drive bay to do an LCD screen? Yes. So the one thing that the case does offer is this little section right here that looks or mimics an old school optical drive. Does pop out of the front panel, and we do offer a little 6-inch display that you can buy separately, and it slaps right in there. And you can hook this up, put some nice retro vibes on your screen, some real-time monitoring for your PC. It really kind of changes a lot of things in 2026 when you can get so much stuff on a screen nowadays, where we had fan controllers and all these other little things right here where we could hit the turbo button and all that stuff. The tools that we had at the time was always a fun one, like a car radio face. I know, right? Like, dude, it's just really cool to think about all that stuff. Or, you know, perhaps maybe even a cup holder or an ashtray, you know, for the 5 1/4, you know what I mean? I know a company that's made something like that. Let's go ahead. Let's get some of our accessories out here. Some of our accessories, and we'll start getting the... Because I love the case because the panels are so easy. As you can see, there's no screws on the back. These just pop in and lock and hold both the glass on both sides. So real easy to get in and out. Nice little tabs on the bottom. Little filter action for your filter, for your fans, because I'm a fan. You're a fan. We're all fans of fans. You know what I mean? And we talked about, you know, you got a nice full-length power cover. You can put more fans here on the bottom. This case is crazy for cooling because it can fit, I believe, 3 fans on the bottom. You got 2 in the front, 3 on the top, 3 on the side, and 1 right here in the back. So a couple fun little things like that with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's we'll keep the retro vibes on. We don't need to take the front panel off just yet, as we're going to be diving in here on the case, you know?
Newsflash. Microsoft quietly scrubs its websites of 32 GB RAM recommendation for Windows 11 PCs. It's also selling Surface PCs with 8 GB of RAM. Not like this. I, for one, welcome our Lord and Savior, the Thermaltake Retro PC. Just gotta install Windows XP and put 512 megabytes of RAM in it, because that's all we can afford now. But hey, it runs Diablo 1 lol.
Dude, just preach it. Preach it. I don't know. We might come back to this and do some more fun with it, because we have some pre-programmed stuff coming up. But we got this week and we got next week. Let's see how far we can get on the build today. We're going to be talking about lots of retro, lots of nostalgia, and lots of things that are going to just distract me from building like usual. But the one thing that we will definitely have is plenty of waffles for you guys. So don't worry about that. Let me get my tools out. I got some tweezers right there. We'll take care of those. We got some extra little hardware. You know, we got to plug in the little speaker. I think it has this little, we'll plug in the little speaker. I'm curious if it's going to beep. I'm really curious if it's going to beep. You know, free Thermaltake headbands. You get free Thermaltake headbands now in almost every case. You know, I really like that you can separate these. Nice little upgrade from some zip ties, but I still like, dude, I've always just really dig the zip ties. I do also like, you know, these little clips that we have here for the panels that hold the panels in, basically on both sides. We're gonna throw a couple extra in the box because, you know, sometimes things can happen. You know, you don't get it lined up right, and you just decide to just keep pushing. Sometimes things can break, so, you know, a couple extra of these things in here, you know, hopefully help you out. Don't lose them, because you might not need them in the beginning of the build, but you might need them later on when something unfortunate could happen. You know what I mean? Something unfortunate could be experienced, per maybe, per chance, per maybe. But here, I'm gonna give you the close up on this stuff. I can't just show this right now here on the table, but we gotta dive in on this. I want you guys to see the glory. I want you guys to see the dirt, the dust on these old components. I feel like Indiana Jones going back and diving into some PC archaeology, with free headband. Let's see. Oh, I spoiled it. Crap. Hold on. My ceiling is twisted. Oh, let me fix my ceiling here. There we go. Oh man. So here's a first little teaser right here. So this was actually the card that was in the build at the time that's been sitting around for a while. This really kind of throws me back here on some old AMD, well, I guess at the time, ATI Radeon. Look at that right there. Holy wowzers. Nice little blower fan. It does work. I have gotten this to work. I'm not really sure what I'm going to end up doing on the cooling side, but I figured if we're going to be doing a retro build, we should have a retro build with flames, right? Especially some tribal flames. You know what I mean? The days of tribal flames like this, man, this was such a hot thing back in the day right there. But this was cool. But you know what? I wanted to bring something nostalgic from my own personal treasure trove. And, you know, being a former employee and everything like that, here's one of the old ones that I've kept around for a long time. It's got some dirt on it and some fingerprints, but here's my old EVGA. This is my GTX 470 blower style card. This was the one that back when they had the back plates on here and everything. Oh, what are these for? What are these things for, man? What is this for? Even on this, man, it's so cool to go back and see this stuff too here. Look, you can see the dust still on it. Look, you can still see the dust on it, man. It's been sitting. It's probably been sitting for years. It probably is due for a new thermal paste. I used to use this card all the time, especially back in the early Thermaltake days for me. But you know, times change, especially display interfaces. So this thing had to go back on the shelf because I had to start using stuff that I was so tired of using these adapters for this. And man, adapting DVI to HDMI or DisplayPort today is such a problem for me. But yeah, nice little, got the dual 6 pins right there, baby. But yeah, old school right here, man. This is one of my personal cards I used to run in my system back in the day, man. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So we got some cards to showcase for you. But this was the little treasure that I found that we've, you know, I like to hoard some things. And this was definitely one of them. I don't know if you guys have seen what Asus has been doing with their retro board that they just came out with, but it was based on this one. This right here was the original Crosshair Asus. You got the Republic of Gamers logo right here, the copper exposed piping, and then of course we got that AMD Athlon 64X2 in here CPU on an AM2 mount. We got one stick of RAM. We got one DDR2 stick of RAM in here. Oh man. I haven't done a lot with it, but I did get it to post, so I do know it is functional because that was, you know, kind of important for me. You know what I mean? But I was super excited that we had one of these laying around. I remember having this years and years ago, and I was like wondering, I was like, man, did we get rid of that? Was that somewhere buried in the this or that? And I was pleasantly surprised to find not only this board with the CPU and the memory, but also the graphics card that we used for a build like long time ago. And I mean, you know, even back then with DDR2 was, you know, DDR2 had two different mounts to it. I mean, they were both a I think it was like a 240 pin out for the DDR2 module, but there were two different types of DDR2, and one would fit and one wouldn't. The difference would be the little notch placement, as the notch placement was different from one versus the other. So, you know, if you didn't know what you were doing and you couldn't plug it in, it wouldn't fry everything, stuff like that. But that was really crazy to go back and look up these kind of things to see where, like, you know, what did I need? Where does it go? Like, what slots? Because it's like an A1, A2, B1, B2. You're not offsetting. They were together, like 2 and 2.
DDR2. Sounds like it's time to dance.
It's coming back, baby. They don't have DDR4 or 5 or 3. So they're going to start remaking DDR2 modules. But man, this was such a blast from the past. Look at, like, here. Look on the back. Classic Asus, man. Classic Asus here with the board. I think this is cool. I'm likely going to keep this not where it was going forward after this and everything. But hoping this thing's going to post and boot up for us so we can have some nice, fun retro vibes here with our retro board. I mean, what I was shocked that I was able to find this. When I saw this logo, I got super excited and I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I was looking for model numbers, part numbers. It just says Asus right here. It just says Crosshair right here, and that's it. There was no like Crosshair 1, 2, 3, 4 plus, minus, all those fun things. So we got this nice, cool retro board. We got some retro graphics here. And I'm see what we can get with this. See what we can get with this. It even came with the original stock AMD heatsink fan. Look at this. Look at how going back, man. Look at that, going back there to the good old AMD days, man. Look at that. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Cleaned it up pretty good too. Cleaned it up pretty good. Yeah, hopefully everything's gonna work. It's gonna be a little bit of a mystery. We could have good things and we could have bad things with it, but hey, that's the fun part about doing it live. Plus, you guys like to see me have some, you know, things go wrong. It's some good content sometimes with me, you know, getting a little frustrated trying to get certain things to work, you know what I mean? But either way, hopefully we're gonna have a good time here and have some fun. But I've just been so excited to get this board into this case. It's gonna look so cool in there, really taking it back to some retro vibes. And of course, with that, I got some other fun things, and I was like, what fan should I go with? Like, what would you do? And I'm like, I want to incorporate some new with some old. You know, I didn't want to go too far back where I had to get like a different power supply. So literally using the power supply that I use here on streams for a lot of stuff. This is just it is a GF3 850 watt. Should be plenty of juice for what we got going on here. But the funny part was that I was like, oh yeah, I don't need this Gen 5 cable anymore, but I need the PCIe. And I'm just like, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? You know what I mean? And I found so many fun little things just kind of bread boxing this and just, you know, putting stuff together to make sure it would happen or it would work for me to be able to bring this into the stream for you guys to be able to have some fun and see something. Oh, that's an ATX PSU. Yeah, well, yeah. 360p looks like I know. Well, I mean, bro, this has IDE on it right next to the 24 pin. The 24 pin is literally like in the middle of the board. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The one thing I was surprised was this doesn't have Molex power auxiliary. I thought it was going to have like an auxiliary Molex, and I was excited to, like, you know, bring up the M word when it comes to power and everything. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And then fan wise, I was like, you know what? We got to get something like what's a cool looking fan? You know, and I was telling, you know, my coworker, my friends, I was like, should we go with black fans or white fans? What should we do? You know, like what color would go? And I mean, you know, the case itself does come with a single black fan, but it's kind of just the basic, right? So I figured I'd be slapping in some of our Tough Fan ARGBs. These basically look like two turntables when they're lit up. The illumination is on the outer frame, not the inner fan blade, and it gives a nice, cool retro style look to it. I mean, when you get the right colors and you get stuff set up. So excited to see what this is going to look like when we get everything all pieced together here in the case. The only thing is I'm waiting to see if that AIO is going to be here in time. If not, I got a backup plan with a stock heatsink cooler, and with how cool this is and how excited I am for it, we may bring this back later on and do some more fun with it, or just, you know, maybe play some retro games just to kind of experience what that stuff's like. I remember I was talking to Box about this, and he's like, no, you can't use an SSD. You got to get one of those old HDDs that's going to take forever to install the OS. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I've been spoiled with M.2 for a long time. I remember the days of, you know, playing Battlefield and other games where it was like, oh, I'm already in the game. Are you here yet? Oh, is your system not quick enough? I'm already sitting at the ready up screen right now waiting to jump in. Where are you at? Are you good? Is everything fine? Did you find the server right? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm still loading.
I'm delighted to have beaten my friend in a wood cutting competition. He's a saw loser.
Oh, he's a saw loser. Appreciate it. Some Tony Hawk, like the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I mean, it's like, you know, like Diablo 1 vibes, other stuff. I'm pretty sure I still got the disc somewhere. I'm delighted to have beaten my friend in a wood comp. It's so funny, dude. What a saw loser. It's part of the experience. It is. And I think that with this case coming out, people are going to have a lot of different applications for it, right? You know, you got that old system that it's in the garage. It's just been your secondary PC, you know, and you just want to like refresh it, give it some new life, second wind, maybe third or fourth wind, if you feel me. You know what I mean? And you know, I think for this retro craze, it could be some cool stuff for you to kind of get back in, you know, and then get some nice little updates, because I guarantee you your case from the past doesn't have the cooling capacity that this one does today. That's for sure. That's the one thing I remember griping about back in the day was I need more fans. I need more cooling. More fans, more cooling. More cooling, more fans. You know? But let's go ahead and get everything started, right? Let's get some stuff going on. They see me. Yup. It still takes a good bit. Still have a Medal of Honor, AA, and Spearhead disc. Wow. I got like Medal of Honor. I got like the collectors, it came in the metal tin. I got Call of Duty, I think, World at War, or some of the other, what was the Call of Duty that came with the first zombies? You know, that was quote unquote their testing environment that then became, like, in my opinion, zombies became more fun than Call of Duty itself. I mean, I logged hundreds of hours on those zombie games. I remember just round after round after round. And I'm talking about like the old school ones. Like, I mean, the first one was definitely always a classic, but then the other ones came in, man. Crazy stuff. Let's get some more retro back in here. Dude, all you need is a golden orb and the build's complete. I know. Like, I got product launches coming up. We got other events and everything like that we're scheduling. I mean, there was so much more I wanted to do. I was happy that I at least got something like this to be able to slap in for some fun content, you know what I mean? But it just started making me think of so many other things. I started looking back on like coolers and stuff that we had, you know, where like AM2 is more or less been pushed out. I mean, like, you know, we always joke about like 2011 Intel, right? That the new AIO still comes with like 2011 cooling, right? Or LGA 2011. And I was like, oh wow, this one's on there's no FM AM2 stuff in here that they just, it's AM4, AM5 now. And I was just like, oh, I was like, I wonder what we could do with that, you know, because if you look at the actual retro AIO itself on our website, it doesn't support this particular cooler. But you know, that's not going to stop me from looking at some previous backplates and mounting from other products, specifically because this is AMD, where I can be able to get that same backplate and then use a new AIO for the old school mounting with the new school cooling. So, hey, we're going to see if that's going to work. I just got to wait for that AIO to get here. Come on. It's still on the plane? No, maybe it's on the boat. It's on the boat somewhere still. We're waiting for it to come in. You know what I mean? But, all right, so we got our retro case here. Let me get my... Oh, and I got more. I got a lot more fans. Lots of fans that we're going to be fanning up. But I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a cool little vibe with this. I think it's going to be a cool little vibe. But we're going to take out the fan that comes with the case. You know, it's a good closet fan to have in case you need it later on. You know what I mean? Good stuff. Anybody need a fan? Well, here, take it. You didn't grab it. You better make a Moloch's caliber go. No, I'm not gonna do that. Should I get out like the what is it, like the 7 different adapters, and we go from like COM port to like lightning? Just adapter, converter, converter, and then it's just like a big wand that you plug in, and you're like, look, Mom, I got USB 4 now. Look, Mom, it supports USB 4. It's got Type-C support. It's like a... How much storage is on that? Something KB? It's got like a something KB storage. What's a KB? Oh, it's the thing below MB, and they're like, oh. But I will tell you, got backwards connectivity support, so you can do definitely a variety of things. I mean, if you're looking to put like some old hardware into something new that looks old, or if you want something new to look old but have new performance or updated performance and everything, the Retro 360 and Retro 240 have you covered, depending on if you're looking at ATX or micro ATX form factoring. So let's go ahead and start plan our build out. So this will be for our storage. It'll also give us a little bit of extra wiggle room here as we're getting everything set up and installed. And, you know, we got some front panel connections all down here. I don't know if these are all going to work. I mean, you know, the Type-C for sure is probably not going to be something I'm going to, you know, be able to have in here. What did my thing? What did it stop? Sorry, 1 second. The shuffle was not shuffling. We got a HD audio. I'm pretty sure we got an HD audio here somewhere, I think, right? I mean, I know we got a front panel, but I don't know if the front panel is gonna work. But that's okay. You know what was really cool about this? And you know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this was one of the first boards that Asus did that has a power button. It has a little dedicated power button and reset, like a button. We're not talking about a jumper. We're not talking about I gotta get my screwdriver and go zzz, 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 to start it. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying the actual little power button. I mean, this one even had a little screen on the IO. Sadly, I don't have the IO shield though. I was looking everywhere for it. I couldn't find the IO shield.
Why did the two electrical cables split up? There was no spark between them.
Hopefully, we're not going to have too many sparks with this build, but I cannot deny nor confirm what's going to happen with this. But either way, we're going to ride it out regardless. It will be a lot of fun either way. You know, as long as we don't trigger the fire alarm or the sprinklers, we should be good here. I think that's kind of my limitation here at Thermaltake. Don't tell my boss that though. Don't just don't say anything. Don't say anything. Like Type C or Type C, USB 3. I think this will fit in IDE somewhere. We just got to figure out what side of the IDE that it will go in. And we got our front panel and our HD auto. So we're not going to worry about this right now because, you know, like we may or may not be able to use some of it. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. I mean, I know for sure there's at least a USB 2.0 header on there because it's still... Is it crazy how old USB 2.0 is? The header and like that it's been on boards that are like 15, 20 years, and they're still only giving you 2 USB 2.0 headers. What are we doing, motherboard companies? What are we doing? You know what I mean? Why is there not 4 of them? We have like 12 SATA ports, but no one uses them anymore. Can you give us some more USB headers? Maybe actually make more than one hub too. That would be real nice. Especially with all the screens and everything. People don't understand the frustrations of stuff like this with the USB. USB and screens, man. It can definitely give you some problems, you know what I mean? RAID 0. Dude, smoke. I remember. And you know what's funny is that Jacob, NVIDIA Jacob, I remember when he got his Velociraptor drives. And I remember when he modded it in the case, because you know how drives would fit normal like this, and he modded it so you could see the window. And I was so jelly, dude. I was so jelly. I went to that Fry's and I got 2 Velociraptor drives. I ran them in RAID 0 myself, and oh my god, it was just the best. But dude, I remember, dude, it was so funny, man, because that's really taking it back. You know what I mean? But dude, I remember when those Velociraptor drives came out, they were the hotness, dude. They were the hotness back then. Crazy stuff. All right. So we got a couple of options here as far as with the case. I mean, when a case has a full power cover like this, you really don't have too much stuff that's going to more or less be in the way. Like, you feel pretty confident you can throw the power supply in first or install the motherboard in first without having too much of an issue. I mean, of course, if you didn't lose the optical draw or the IO backplate like I did, always make sure you slap that in first, because you're not going to be happy with yourself when you realize it's sitting over there on the table. Motherboard's already installed, 9 screws in, everything plugged in, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta literally start over. So don't let that happen to you, chat. Don't let that happen to you. But let's see, we got some mounting hardware here. We'll go ahead and we'll just pour the bag out. A little ASMR for you. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, does the case smell like new electronics or does it smell like an old PC? No, I'm just kidding. Nobody said that. But I did think about it right now. That was one thing I was thinking about right now. You still have some of your Raptors? Dude, those Raptor drives back in the day, man, with the little window, bro. Oh my gosh. We didn't know how good we had it back then, baby. And then it was like all about RAID 0ing. Screw redundancy. Give me that 2% performance. It was actually more than that. It was actually pretty revolutionary back then. But man, I did have one of my drives fail. Eventually, one of my Velociraptor drives did fail. And RAID 0 was like, bye. Say goodbye to everything, all your data. Goodbye. See you later. And it's like, I thought it was a RAID controller on the board. Oh my gosh, the woes of raiding. And we're not talking about in games, you know what I mean? We're talking about hard drives where this all began. Before raiding was raiding, you know what I mean? I guess they just called it grouping up back then. I don't know. But we gotta find some screws here. Let's get some stuff separated. so we can get out. Now, the case is going to come with all of like the screws that you're going to have for like your motherboard. And then of course some fan installations too. And specifically with like, if you want to lay fans down on the power cover of the case, as I get these little things backwards. Like if you're going to be putting fans in on the bottom row above the power, I wouldn't recommend doing this first. I'd recommend getting the motherboard in at least and some other stuff. This is definitely not one of the first things that I would do, but understand that these don't mount from the bottom of the case because that would be stupid. And you know, we're not going to do that to you here at Thermaltake. So you got the long boy screws that would then go through the top, and there is dedicated tap screw mounts on the top of the power cover that goes along. You just got to get everything lined up, and that will work. And the case does come with those, and it's included with the accessories. You're also going to get a variety of, you know, the screws for the power supply, screws for the motherboard, which I'm more or less trying to sift out here. You know, the ones with the little rim around the edge of it. You know, it's like it's a small screw, but it's not. But then there's some different ones in here. I mean, let me see. Is it 3, 6, 9? Damn, this motherboard is fine. All right. Then we got 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, my kids, man. I love it. My kids, I love it. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so fan wise and everything like that, if you're going to mount the fans on top of the power cover, do it later. Definitely don't do that first. I would say you're pretty comfortable with slapping the motherboard in first, because there's really not too many else that's going to be in your way, and or the power supply. I mean, we'll go ahead and we'll start there and we'll get some stuff set up. Let me get this on. Let me set that over there.
In the morning.
We got about 15 minutes left on the Waffle. If you're here for the content, we appreciate you. But if you are here for the waffles, we want you to win. So get in on that exclamation mark Waffle for your chance to win. All of us here at Thermaltake love to give back to you guys. So get in on that. You could be the big Waffle winner for today. And don't worry, if you don't win, keep coming back, man. We've had, why is this thing? I don't know if maybe I over twisted it. Maybe I overdone. Overdone. Let me see. Hold on. Where did my little adapter? Hold on. This is homegrown. This is my homegrown setup right here. Get this set up like so. Dude, why is it like, I think it's bent. Maybe I hit it with my head earlier last week or something. I just didn't realize it. Hey, where are you going? No. Come back over this way. Over this way. But then come back this way. Why are we doing this? Why are we? Play nice, dang it. Okay. What? Technical difficulties. We're having technical Waffle difficulties at the moment here with the top cam. Don't do this to me when it's not Wednesday. It's just like, I think it's like the roof may have changed. I think the roof changed. I think the roof is different. It's the roof's fault. The roof is different. Get this, something like that, something like this. Oh my God, why? I never have this problem. I never have this issue. Why is it being so silly right now? There we go, let's see what that looks like. Oh, does it still work? Oh, it still works fantastic. It still works fantastic. There we go. There we go. All right. Again, taking it back old school, baby. Public of gamers. Got to clean the dust off. Got to clean that. But like I said, it's sad apart. Here's that IDE right there. Anybody got an IDE cable? Anybody got those IDE cables laying around? I need one. Let me know. 24 pin. It's definitely not a 20 pin. You got another IDE down here. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Big money IDE. But here, like I was saying, the little reset, little power button right here, like actual dedicated power button. I'm wondering if this was actually the first one that they did with that. I honestly don't know. I didn't have a chance to look up, but this was really cool too. It even has the little LED screen. This does turn on but sadly, I can't read anything on it. And then there was even a little RGB button right here where you could turn on lights for the board itself. So it was pretty crazy. But man, I was looking over capacitors and all that kind of stuff, trying to see what was going on with it. I was like, bro, is anything broken in here or is it good? Well, let's go ahead and drop this bad boy in here. Oh yeah. Now here is a fun little thing too with this. Well, you know what? I might have to look. Did you guys know that back in the day, I guess since I just put it, but back in the day, you know, like this would be your standard hole for mounting for the motherboard, right? But certain cases, they oblonged or made the hole a little bit thicker or a little bit wider for compatibility, because there was some weird compatibility back then with that one, where like if you look, you know, straightforward, you know, as far as, you know, standard. It was only this one down here in the corner that was oblonged and everything like that. If anybody knows why, let me know in the chat. Let me know. Oh, and I gotta say, big shout outs to my main Moo Utter Calamity with the 120 stream streak. Moo. Thank you for all the support, my friend. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry. Dude, my nostalgia is just off the charts right now talking about this. I've been excited to talk about this. I've been excited to like try to find the Asus webpage to read up on this board and everything. So I do miss that. I did miss that, Mr. Moo. So I appreciate you and you know it and everything. But hey, man, all the love, man. Thanks for all the support. 120 streams in a row. OMG. Yeah, isn't this crazy? How this was oblong back then? Much love, Mr. Moo. Let's see if we can, let's get it back in here. And yeah, Case totally supports it. Shouldn't be a problem. One of the nice things too about it is that we have a captive standoff. So once the board is like in its spot, you know, it's in its spot. It's kind of nice. It's not going to slide around. It's not just basically flat surface. You got that nice little captive. Just I believe it's the top in the center now. But we've been doing this more and more on a lot of the cases. I love it. I think it's a great way to just find your foundation, you know, get the spot for your motherboard, not worried about it sliding around as you're getting it all installed and all that fun stuff too. You know what I mean? But dude, I've been so excited to show you guys this. I am even more excited to get this thing fired up. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are appreciating it too. I definitely wanted to give you guys some fun with some retro here and everything like that. I mean, you guys remember the days, bro? Dude, the days of this stuff and how crazy this stuff was. Remember back when just exposed copper was just like the awesome sauce that everybody wanted? Well, hopefully it boots up. Couple more screws in here. I mean, it's like so old back in the day. We didn't even have electric drills. We had to install motherboards by hand back then. Wait, oh, there it is. I was like, which one did I miss? I'm distracted by the nostalgia of this. Distracted by the nostalgia. All right, here we go. I don't know why my top-down camera is being stupid today, but I will have a talk with it later. Don't kill me, please. Please. Please, camera ceiling gods. I didn't mean it. Oh. But bro, dude, look, the Look at this. Look how cool this looks in here. It really takes me back. It really, really takes me back. Even without the IO shield, it takes me back. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I don't need that stupid thing anyways. Time to go find an old copy of, oh, Commander Keen. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long, long time. I love that. Thank you for putting that in the chat. Much love, man. I want typing that. And yes, we had to install sound cards. This one, you know, the crazy part about this original Asus ROG Crosshair motherboard was that it had, you know, it had the sound card thing. I couldn't find it, but it had a plug-in sound card for the Top 1X PCIe that gave you, I mean, it wasn't like an AW64 Gold back in the day, you know what I mean? But it was definitely something, because if you looked at the back of the board when I was showing it, there's no audio. Where's the audio? How can I hear anything? Well, why we had the little speaker right here, you know what I mean? This is how we used to listen for people in Counter-Strike back in the day, coming around the corner, defusing the bomb. It was just this little speaker. It's all we had, guys. We didn't have sound cards. We just had the little speaker, and that's why it's always still there. You don't see this, you go, oh man, what do I need this for? You don't know the challenges and struggles we went through. The funny part is too, man, is that like back in the day, you know, excuse me, I need a drink. The one thing that's really funny, the front panel has been such a pain in the butt for everyone for so many years, because it was just a little separate, little 2-pin here, and there's just, you got like, I gotta plug them all in, and everybody's just like, man, can't you just make it one block? And now that it's one block, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it to go. I think it's still gonna be compatible as far as plugging it in, but it's definitely not gonna stop me from grabbing a screwdriver and just hitting that jumper to boot it up. But like I was saying, one of the neat things about this board is it has a dedicated power button on there. So even if we can't get the case to power it on because the front panel may or may not be compatible with it, which we will find out as we get going on this, but we have backup plans. Backup plans are important, chat. Backup plans are important. All right. Let's see if we can route some fun here and like make it look at least something nice. I don't know. I was actually thinking of just throwing all the cables in the front and just having everything cross this way, cross that way, go this way, that way. Because we didn't have a window back then. No one knew. You didn't know. I didn't know that we could do that. I didn't know it had that. But the Type-C is definitely, unfortunately, out. I didn't go and buy like a Type-C adapter, you know what I mean? Like, I thought about it for maybe 3 seconds. So, front panel here. As far as plugging this in, it's a different pin out. Yeah, it's a different pin out. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, we have backup plans. Let's see. USB 3. USB 3. Where's our USB 3s? There's our USB. Wait. No, that's not USB 3. That's Firewire. Oh my God. USB 3. We got 1394. Is 1394 USB 3? So there might be some limitations with some older type of setups with a newer style case that you could run into a couple of problems with, but rest assured, we will figure out the best way to go when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, you really have to really take a step back on the decades of differences of a case today with a board from yesterday. Trying to make everything look like tomorrow. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just blabbering on. All right. power wise, 24 pin, single EPS.
Golden crispy. Bad guys are history.
Bad guys in history. Couple more minutes left on the waffle, you guys. Get in on that waffle. I got my PCIe power. Oh, I can take the Gen 5 out. Let's just go ahead. We'll take that Gen 5 out. My RTX, I almost said RTX 470. My GTX 470 unfortunately doesn't support the Gen 5 connector, but we all agree that that's probably a good thing. Could you imagine having that back in the day? Now, the case itself, too, does have a ventilation on the bottom. So, nice little filter option down here, too. So, mounting your power supply on facing down with the fan facing on the bottom is usually the best way to go with the case. The other thing that I always encourage about, regardless of any build, any case, whatever you're doing, if your power supply is going to be located down below your motherboard, I'd always encourage to have it fan facing down, especially if you're doing any type of custom cooling, even like AIO, because the last thing you want is a leak, and the last thing you want that leak to do is to drip all the way down into your power supply fan. So always been a big supporter of fans facing down, so that way if there is a potential leak, we are helping ourselves out by preventing total chaos. You know, if you can save yourself from a total loss, I would always encourage it. Couple minutes left on that waffle though, you guys. No overtime. Get in it or you're gonna miss it. You got me? It's a hot commodity on Wednesdays. It's a hot commodity. We love giving it. Wait. Whoop. I know. I need a drink. I got too excited today, you know?
It looks like my new co-anchor may need a glass of water.
Oh, another classic from the Wafflers. Man, that's such a cool band. I've gotten to meet the lead singer. He's a good guy. Does some really good jams. But I gotta tell you, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. So I think one of the cool things about having the newer case is gonna have the cutouts for your power if your card even needs it. I mean, I guess it really kind of depends on what card you're gonna do. I have basically both options there, as well as having just a single EPS. You know, single EPS is always you know, one less cable to worry about, you know what I mean? But we still got to figure out what is going to be the best way to go about this. And it's really funny too, because you're so used to the EPS being sideways, you know what I mean? Like, and plugging in this way where it's vertical on the PCB. So you don't get that clean, like, fold and all that stuff. Like we were talking about, Gabriel was talking about with the AX500 and those EPSs, man. This one would be a little bit of a nightmare for you, man, especially if you got that thicker AIO and everything. But I do always like to get all this stuff plugged in before I put, especially like the AIO in and stuff like that. But, you know, still. All right, let's see. 24 pin, same boat with the 24 pin. You don't have that nice straight, it's gonna go this way. No, the 24 pin is sideways. It's just freaking sideways, man.
Mike, what day is it, Mike?
You're like, why is the 24 pin sideways? And then on top of all of that, they had this brilliant idea of putting the IDE directly below it. Like literally directly below it. And you know how crazy fat that IDE cable was. Remember back in the day when I'm trying to think of when it was like, but you know, IDE was just a flat ribbon cable, right? You were dealing with some thickness, right? Good 4-finger thickness with your IDE razor cable. Remember when they came out with a rounded IDE cables? And that was just all like, oh my God, all the space I'm gonna save. Oh, my PC's gonna run cooler, they would say. You gotta love old school tech marketing back then, man. I freaking love it. Oh, is this I don't, this is the other EPS. I guess we don't need this one. I guess we don't need this one. Waffles are closed. Waffles are closed. Yeah, we'll just tuck this in here for now. We'll get back to that. But like, bro, like the slack from this, you know what I mean? As far as we'll have to figure some out, but it is real. This is the weird one, right? It's freaking horizontal.
Is that
on
slit in the front
PCB.
where you put the save icon?
Is that slit in the front where you put, yes. No, it's where you put the memory card. The memory card to save the game goes right here. Goes right here. Gotta get that memory card, bro. Gotta get that memory card. All right, some progress, some fun, some nostalgia, some nice old school vibes, you know what I mean, for your wonderful Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Happy hump day out there, chat. Happy hump day out there. What is a memory card exactly? Exactly. Never. Oh man, it's waffle time.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Are you guys excited? Who's gonna win, baby?
Waffles, tasty waffles with
Lots of syrup. Oh, wait, hold on. I got a DMCA. Edge. Here we go. There we go. We had to convert the files. We had to switch off of MP4 and went back to MIDI. We had to go back to a MIDI file. We had to go back to a freaking MIDI file. All right, man. It's waffle time. Let's go. Little retro waffle for your Wednesday. All right, it's waffle time. It's the waffle time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my God, I love a good waffle. I love a good waffle. All right, wafflers, let's see. How many wafflers do we have today? How many wafflers do we got? Oh, we got a lot of wafflers today. I see ya. I see you in there. Get that going a little bit more. That wasn't enough. We need a little bit more. All right. Waffle winner number one coming up. 1, 2, 3, go. Tom 3D2. Tom 3D2. Congratulations on winning a waffle. Congratulations, Tom. Let's go, Tom. Let's go. No way. Let's go, Tom. Let's go, baby. Congrats on the waffle. All right, man. You know the deal. You say spin it, you're going to win it, my friend. Good luck to you. Wait, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Hold the suspense. Spin it when you want. Let's go, baby. Come on, big money for Tom. Let's go. Come on, baby. Ooh, that's a big one, man. That's a powerful waffle right there. Congratulations on winning your choice of a Thermaltake power supply up to 1,000 watts, my friend. Congrats, Tom. Thanks for waffling with us, buddy. Appreciate it. Let's go. All right. Next one could be you. Next one could be you. Or it could be me. It could be me. Come on, Thermaltake Live. We got to get a W. Come on, Thermaltake Live. Let's get that W. Let's get that W. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Factor. Wait. Where's him? Facto Friality TV. Why is it not? Oh, there it is. I was like, why didn't it pop up? Facto Friality TV 4294. Congratulations. Did you remember to enter, Mike? Yes, I did. Factor's here. Facto, let's go, baby. Spin it, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Big money, big money. Come on, man. Come on, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting some OnlyFans. Congratulations on grabbing yourself some OnlyFans from Thermaltake. Visit our website, thermaltakeusa.com. For both you guys, check out our fans and our power. It's your prize your way, baby. Congratulations, guys. Dang it, I didn't win. Ugh. See, I can feel the pain with you guys. I can feel the pain with you. Congrats again, guys. Appreciate you waffling with us. Always a pleasure to give back to the community, especially right now when times are tough with RAM prices. GPUs are going up in price. There's no coupons. You know, it's tough out there and everything like that. Hopefully that'll help you guys out there. Feel free to ask it. If you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you get on that Discord and shoot me a DM, and I'll send you all the details on where to send your request, and we'll get that waffle out to you. If anybody was also waiting on the waffle here and there, they should be going out too. So if you guys have any problems, certain things could do, stuff slips through the cracks. I have an amazing team, but stuff can happen sometimes going from A to B with the paperwork and all that fun stuff. So if you are having any issues or waiting on a waffle, always know, reach out to me. Shoot me a DM on our Discord. Good way. You can whisper me here on Twitch. Doesn't matter. Take care of you either way. Take care of you either way. Yeah. Oh, man, what a good waffle. What a good waffle. All right. Let's just change it up here a little bit. Congrats again, you guys. Awesome. Always love a good waffle. Thanks for being here, too. Hope you weren't walking your car or washing your dog or other way around. If you were driving, I hope you used hands-free. Be safe waffling out there. That's all that matters to me. Be safe waffling out there. Congrats again, you guys. Thank you so much. Remember, we got some crazy stuff coming up. I'm hoping to have some announcements next week on some big things. Good things are coming. Good things are coming. I had a dream last night. Good things are coming. Stay tuned. Good things are coming. I like to swim with dolphins in my sleep when I'm dreaming. But yeah, man, I mean, this is going to be a straightforward build with some nice retro to go with it. I mean, you don't really have too many complicated things. The case panels are completely toolless, so you can get in and out pretty easily. You know, being able to install your motherboard here and there. If it might be a new one, might be an old one, you could have some different experiences. And I think that was where I was like, oh my God, this is the perfect board to show people the difference of what it used to be back in the day compared to like all the conveniences, all this stuff that all us manufacturers learned over decades of PC just enjoyment and passion, right? It's some crazy stuff when you think about it. You know, like from the placement of the 24 pin and where stuff like that was going, the SATA ports. Even back then, there was a lot of SATA ports, but I know a lot more people were utilizing those back then than compared to today, right? Because it was just like, dude, you didn't have M.2s. I mean, man, could you imagine if this had an M.2 slot on it and everything? That'd be sick. You know what I mean? And you know, the other thing that was interesting was trying to look up the technical specs of what the PCI Express slot supported wattage wise. Because, you know, when you're dealing with like an old card like this one that, I mean, let's be honest, guys, this card cannot stand up on its own. That right there should show you how old it is. Because even going back to something like my GTX 470 EVGA card that I used to game with, and I don't as much anymore because it's got DVI ports on it. You know, you got your mini HDMI right here, but to be honest, I don't think I ever used it. I don't think I ever actually used the mini HDMI. I think this is it mini HDMI or is that just no, yeah. It is mini HDMI that was on there as well. And that was big time back then. But then again, I was still on DVI-D versus DVI-I. I mean, a lot of interesting things out there. We're not talking about HDMI 1.2 versus 2.0. You could get a card to house an M.2. This is literally what your M.2 expansion looks like nowadays. But man, could you imagine? Will cards ever get back to like a single slot type of scenario? I know they tried, and they have, a couple of cards, the low end cards. We're not talking 5090s here. You know what I mean? We're not talking high end, but man, you just can't not dig the tribal flames on this old ATI Radeon card. I guess I shouldn't be calling it an AMD card, but an ATI Radeon card from back in the day. Heat sinking on it. I wanted to take this apart, redo the paste. Like there was so much stuff. I was like looking, in between. I was like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. You know what I mean? But I didn't get the time to like put it all together and try to like get games on it and stuff. I still got to find a hard drive for this. And I mean, yeah, I can go SATA with it, which I'll likely probably do because I don't honestly know if I got an IDE drive laying around. And yeah, no, I don't want donations either. You know what I mean? Because data's important, but still, like, I'm perplexed on which way to go with that. But hey, this is part one. I'll figure that out by next week on what I'm going to do. The other thing I got to do is figure out if I can still find like a Windows 95 or maybe not 95, but like XP. I don't know if I have an old XP installation somewhere. That's kind of going a little too far back, but hey, still excited that my EVGA card. I know this does work, so I know this EVGA card works. This EVGA card is going to work forever. Like I know. I put it together. I built it myself. If anything, I probably binned it myself because back then I was binning cards for, and I mean, when you just have so many, and you're like, oh, whoa, that one gets that score. Oh, that one gets that score. Like, oh, hey, is it going to be an SSC? Is it going to be an SC? Is it going to be an FTW? Is it just going to be a generic type of GPU? Those are the good old times, It was always summer when I was at work. I'll tell you that. It was always summertime. All right, now, like, card-wise and everything, the one other thing that I was concerned here was like, okay, so the card's going to go in. I even had a nice little cover on the gold fingers and stuff. But I was like, man, that 24 pin is going to be in my way. So I was like, kind of like mocking it up. I mean, it's literally going to be literally right there. Like, I don't know how you used that IDE port back then. I mean, I guess the GPUs were just this big and it didn't matter. I mean, even for the card that came with the system, even though it's a single slot, I mean, it's still, you know what I mean? It's still pretty much the same length, maybe just a little bit longer on the 470. So I mean, I know that I could see that it barely skates by right underneath the IDE, mocking that up where this chonker, this huge graphics card from back then, huge. It was huge. I remember people complaining about the size, complaining about the weight, and that it was going to break my this and that. Oh, man, I wonder what those people are thinking today. The ones that called the customer service back in the early 2000s to tell me that this card was too big for their system. What up now? What up now? Did you learn? I hope so. Is it dangerous to have a 1,000-watt PSU for a 5070? No, I wouldn't say so. I would say a lot of people always like to have a little bit of headroom. I mean, There are websites out there like PSU Calculator. I mean, you can go and kind of get an idea of like the predictable wattage, ballpark of the wattage. And I always usually recommend having a little bit of headroom with it. I mean, the good thing is with that 9800X3D, it's not going to be pulling a ton of juice. The 5070 is definitely going to be pulling some, but nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? I would say 1000 is fine. I mean, you'd get by with 850, but like I said, a little bit of wiggle room will definitely be good. And you know, the other thing that's nice about it too is that if you get like 1000 watts, I mean, if you plan to upgrade the card or do some little minor or, you know, incremental upgrades down the road, you're not gonna have to worry about the power supply. It's pretty much gonna cover the other stuff that you're gonna do. And more or less, you'll likely use that power supply in the next one. I mean, this is what it is, you know what I mean? Waffles are done, I'm sorry, we just finished waffles. I do apologize. We just finished waffles. Oh, dude, where's mine? Sorry. I don't know why it was so quiet. It was like loud for me, but quiet for you guys. Because I can't hear what you guys can hear. I just go with it. If there's a problem, I would expect you guys to say something. You know what I mean? I still got Windows XP installs. I gotta look. I'm pretty sure I can find it, but I'm assuming there's a way to get like an ISO for Windows XP somewhere where I could just throw it on a USB and just go that way. You know what I mean? I mean, I could go find an old optical burner and burn a Windows XP disk, you know, but I don't know if I got that time for that. I don't know if I got time for that. If this thing supported an optical drive, guaranteed I would do it. Guaranteed. If this had an optical drive, we'd be installing Windows with an optical drive. 100%. I will keep that commitment to any future retro that we do here at Thermaltake. They give me a retro case with an IDE. We'll see how far back we can go. You may be able to see this motherboard come back out again down the road. I don't know. Like I'm going to have a hard time taking this thing apart. I think once I get this thing together and everything, I'm going to want to kind of keep it together. Maybe even throw it up on the back there. I mean, dude, it's like, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know if I will use my 470 though, because I need to take my 470. It's got to be back in my game room. I mean, I should probably bring my other card. I have an even older EVGA card. It was one of the first ACS3 cards. Maybe I'll bring that next week. Maybe I'll bring that out next week just for some funsies. Maybe, dude, I honestly I have not turned that on. And I mean, this is in that same realm where it would work because you can't put a newer GPU in here. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So might have to dig that one out too and just see if it still rocks and rolls, man. I'm really curious. Really curious. All right, so motherboard's in, power supply. I mean, gosh, there's really not too much to do. It's great. I mean, wow, how easy we had it back then, right? 24-pin EPS, motherboard's done. You're good. Yeah, I mean, you know, some front panel connections would be nice. But it is what it is when it comes to stuff like retro and everything. But we still have to get some good cooling in here and, you know, get everything else set up as far as like what we're going to do and stuff. Now, the interesting part with this is AirGB. So if I have fans of today with motherboards of back in the day, I mean, I don't even think this has a 12-pin. I don't believe I said, yeah, no, I'd have to double check, and I was going to, I just hadn't gotten around to it, but like, how are we gonna light these up? You know what I mean? But I have a solution. I have a backup plan. So there'll be some interesting stuff. I think you'll like it. Very simple, easy to be fair. And I actually still use this method a lot today for a lot of like our demos and little stuff that would set up for like sales so they could take to like a distribution show or just, you know, more of like a sales type of thing, you know, a B2B, not a B2C, business to business versus business to customer, you know? But let's get a couple of these fans out here. I think we should be able to get most of this together. Here, I should go pretty quick as long as I just stop being nostalgic about things. But I can't help it. I've been having fun. You don't get to do this you don't get to do this too often. And, you know, it's really cool to be able to see some of the retro stuff out there. I do really like how these fans all come in their own little individual sleeve. Keeps the pogo pins from getting damaged. You know, it's not just loose in the box. And especially with this, because it's got nice rubber corners all the way around here with the fan and everything. But it is, again, a tough fan, not a suave fan. So we don't have reversible blades with the 3 fan packs. But we still got some connections and everything. And I mean, like, you know, with the good thing about ARGB, and it was a funny little thing to kind of think about, was that, well, I mean, first and foremost, does the motherboard even have 4-pin PWM? And as I was looking, I go, oh, no, it doesn't. It's got 3 pins only. And I'm like, wow, this is before PWM 2 or before PWM as well? Because we never know what kind of PWM. We have PWM 2, PWM 3. You know, maybe they'll make 5-pin fans one day. What would be the 5th pin for? You know what I mean? It's kind of like how I think it was a Gigabyte. And they added in, they had the RGBW because they added a light for white because you can't get a true white out of RGB. And we all know that. And I thought that was really cool back when they did, because they did that real early on with that. But the nice thing about these is that the ARGB is separate from the fan power. So like I said, I got to trick up my sleeve to get this to work with a manual type of option that, surprisingly enough, I use for a lot of my sales guys that do like dummy demos and stuff like that. Just real simple travel one day, visit, set it up, you know what I mean? Like just real easy. Not even got a CPU in it, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that, like not even a motherboard. It's just the case with the fans and the cooling. And they're like, hey, Mike, we need this all to light up. And you're like, well, where's the rest of the system? Oh, you just figure it out. And I was like, okay, we do. It's fun. I actually do. Don't do those as much as I used to in the past. Like a lot of that stuff has changed nowadays. It's like stuff's just gone more digital, you know what I mean, on some of this. But I still think these fans are going to be a lot of fun. These fans are going to be a lot of fun for this build. Let me just get some of these out here. I got more because, I mean, bro, the case supports 3 along the bottom, 3 along the top, 2 in the front. I thought it was going to be 3 because the it doesn't have an optical drive. So I was like, oh, just idea. I was like, oh yeah, it probably does 3 in the front, but it does 2 in the front. Not necessarily 3. And you also do have the option for the accessory with the, oh yeah, we're good. But it also has the option for the accessories to be able to do, just regular power and the other stuff with the lighting. So we'll figure it out. And then, you always have the little screen option to put up there. And, the way the housing went on the back inside right there is more or less that limitation of being able to do that 3rd top fan. But you can still get 2 fans through this nice louver type of front panel and everything like that. So it's good. Mike, I feel that, and our age nostalgia hits hard. Dude, 100% Cyber. And you know what? I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. You know what I mean? Like, this is fun. You don't get to do this every day. and especially with something like this, what a treasure to find. What a freaking treasure to find, bro. It's crazy, man. Sorry, guys. Waffles are over. We already waffled today. We're a little bit late. It's after 3 o'clock here. We usually waffle within the first hour and a half. Don't feel bad. I feel bad that you missed out. But you know what? We'll be back next week. Get in some more waffles. Keep track. Make sure you guys get the follow. Set the little reminder thing so you know when to waffle. I know you guys can't stay here the whole time, but get in early. Get the waffle in. Mark, make sure yourself is done. No time frame wise, about an hour and a half or so is when we waffle. I'm trying to be better at it because I've been postponing it because of people that didn't get in, so trying to stay more on track with that stuff, So, next week, baby. And then we got a lot more coming too for August. So stay tuned. All right. So you know, fan wise, you got a couple options. I mean, of course, you know, you're going to put your fan here in the back. We got some fan options to mount here in the front. We got 3 along the side over here where the motherboard goes. So we can get some nice intake versus necessarily exhaust. You know, you get some intake in the front, some intake here on the side. I mean, you can also kind of consider maybe doing some exhaust, but you got like the fan front, fan side thing. You don't really want them, you know, going against each other too much or taking away from what you could get with your static positive pressure versus your negative pressure in the case. Of course, we're going to run exhaust through the top. We'll take our cool little retro filter off there, and we'll have options to either do 3 fans, or if you want to be able to put a new AIO or even an old AIO, it's going to fit either way, and ideally the top will be your best place for that. So let's go ahead and well, let's pop off the front panel. And yeah, it's one of those pinch clip, gotta give it a good pull, old school style retro case front panel. We're giving you all the vibes here with the case. And as you can see, here is the little cutout for the screen. This, of course, is optional. I mean, if you want to buy the screen, we do sell it separately, like the screen by itself. And it just more or less secures in here. There's a couple screw mounts here for the screen itself. And then, of course, for the cover plate. So if I take out, because I don't think I did this last week, but 2 screws here on the back. It doesn't pop out. Some of the other panels that we've done would have like a little clip and you just pinch the clip, you know, pop it out kind of thing. This one's actually screwed into the back of the case, which I kind of prefer over like the little push clips and stuff, because I know people can have some problems with them. I would definitely say I am a trained professional when it comes to taking cases apart. You guys have seen plenty of perfect scenarios with me building PCs. But yeah, no, the panel can come out. Basically, you have your little mock-up or your little fake optical drive thing that goes right there, and then you can come over here and you can slap your screen right in. I got the screws still in on the fan because that's how I don't lose them, but it does mount in here flush, which I think is an important thing to do. I do feel it's important. I wouldn't want it popping or sticking out. Remember the optical drives? Remember how, like, you know, you go over to your buddy's house and you're like, bro, why is your optical drive hanging out of the front of the case? Like, why didn't you like square that up so it was nice and flush? And then, you know, your OCD gets a little crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is a cool little thing. I mean, you can also use this as a nice little tray to keep your screws in too. That's exactly what I'm going to do with it right now, is use it for my screw tray. The little organizer, you got like 6 different sections to separate out your screws. We'll put those ones there. You got some of these over here. You know, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, get the front panel open up here. Let's go ahead and let's get some fans in. Let's get some fans going in her. All right, so we're gonna set these bad boys up. I really do like these two because these things illuminate around the outside of the frame, not necessarily the fan blade. You also get illumination along the side and the matching illumination on the back. So either way the fan is faced, you're gonna get RGB in your face. So some good stuff. All right, now connector wise.
Mike, do you know what time it's not? It's not waffle time.
True. That's very, very true. Facts. That's a good one. That's a good one. You had me there for a minute. I was like, huh? So I can't put a CD player in it. Well, you know, you can always get an external drive. It's been a weird thing to like try to understand like what people are doing today. Like the percentage of people that are using an external like USB 3 optical drive today versus like an older system with what it is. So, I mean, you could still definitely do that, but it would sadly sit on the outside of the case. The case does not offer optical drive, but you know what? It's probably been one of the biggest feature requests if we ever do another version of retro. I mean, man, you guys see stuff out there posted from us or from other Thermaltake regions, man. You like the retro case? Get some feedback. Let them know. Say, hey, man, we need some optical drive action up in this retro stuff. You know what I mean? I guarantee you Kenny's looking at stuff like that too. And you guys, your guys' words speak volumes compared to me sitting there going, hey, guys, can we have an optical drive? Come on, man. Come on, man. Well, what's the community think, Mr. Mike F? And I go, well, they want it too. Like, come on, man. Don't you watch the streams? You're telling me you don't watch all the streams? How could you not see the feedback? The people have spoken. The people have spoken. So we got some nice fan options here. Now, these ones right here are going to mount in the front where the front panel is going to surround it. They're not going to mount on the back side, so you've got that extra room right there. And then, of course, you're just going to use corkscrews to secure them through the back. Now I just need to kind of decide which way I want to go with where I want to put my magnet connection. And it's kind of favoring the bottom because if I did mount it towards the top here, I'm going to have to kind of run it across the top and over this way. Where if I run in the bottom, I can sneak it down here somewhere. So I'll make sure that the connector side is on the bottom here for this because I think that would make a little more sense. You know what I mean? But let's get some coarse screws. I had some baggies over here. But yeah, dude, hope everybody's doing good. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here for another Wednesday. Appreciate you guys. Hope we're having some retro vibes. I know I am. I know I am. The people are speaking. Oh, the waffle timer. Thank you. See, without you guys, I would be in shambles. Without you guys, I'd be in shambles. All right, let's get to screwing. I mean, installing fans into the front panel of our case. Now, we talked about the bottom fan last week. So the one thing you would think of is if you're mounting the bottom fan here, right? And you got to go coarse screws through the back. You know what I mean? You're like, Mike, how do I get behind here under the power cover to put my fans? Did Thermaltake really do that to me where I got to get my screwdriver, back in here like this to try to find that screw in the front and everything? Like, no, sir. No, sir. We thought of you.
Mike,
We thought of you. And what we ended up doing was for the bottom 2 screws for the bottom fan on the front panel, you're going to use the long boys and go in through the front, and then everything else going up above the power cover is then going to just be through the back with the standard core screws. Because you know what? You got plenty of room there that way, right? But boy, did we think of those things. And, like I always say, I love the little details sometimes when you're trying to set some stuff up. And especially if you're going with some magnetic fanage, you're sitting there trying to hold 3 fans in. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh, wait. Is it not these ones? Hold on. No, it is. Oh, let's say we're not going to say that we may have gone in the wrong hole. Oops, I just said it. Sorry. I think you guys know what I mean, though. Let me see. Is it right? It's like that and like that one. Yeah, it's right there. There is actually 2 holes on the bottom here. I will leave that imagination up to you guys to delude the rest of what you would need to do. Isn't building PCs fun? All right, we got that one in. I do like this. I mean, yeah, this is kind of a little pain in the butt because the fan is kind of floating. But one of the nice things is once you get the fan set in here, we're stacking, baby. We're stacking them up, and we don't have to worry about them going anywhere. Now we just got to get these bad boys secured in through the back. But maybe go one at a time. Take your time Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. I think this is going to be a fun case for a lot of people. Just being able to kind of get back into retro, have just, you know, get a couple of retro vibes. If it's a new PC or an old one, you know what I mean? But I definitely want more. I want so much more. Retro fans, when? You know what I mean? Oh, and another one that was kind of fun that we're talking about is like, you know how like the cables, you know, for the front panel and everything are just, you know, all white. The front panel's one block. You know, there's no ketchup and mustard. They should have gone full on ketchup and mustard with this. That would have been my other recommendation. Just full on ketchup and mustard. Go back to the old terrible front panel that we all hate because of reasons. Because of nostalgia. But the one thing that I am definitely excited to not experience nostalgia is having so many damn fan cables because I don't have magnetic connectivity that I have today. So there's definitely going to be some good or some new and some old mixed in between. Because some things I'm not going to go back. You're literally going to have to pay me, which I guess they do pay me, but you're literally going to have to pay me to go back to using a 1-to-1 cable fan. Oh my God. Like, no, thank you. Or classic Ryan Reynolds. But why? But why? Oh, you know what? I need to get. This one's a little tight. I probably should have put the front fans on because this is a little flexible here because, you know, it's a giant cutout in it. Well, at least till you get the fans in, then, oh boy, it's going to definitely build up some structure there. And I also think the battery on my drill might be a little low. Might be a little low. Because I feel like we're some coarse thread screws, bro. And then the only thing you do is you just want to try to keep everything together. You don't want the magnets to not be magnetic. You know, fun things like that. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Oh, that was okay. Yeah, I was looking for that. The magnet stole it. I don't know how many times the magnet would steal these things. That was like 15 minutes. Wait, what was? What is weird is it's only on Twitch. What, the waffle thing? This guy? That's only on Twitch? And I refreshed and it's gone. Oh yeah, well that's YouTube being YouTube. Well, but like. But thank you, by the way, for yelling at me about it. Because it's like when I go back to YouTube, it's like the beginning of the stream. It's not even the end of the stream. It's like the beginning of the stream. I was going to say, if I refresh, is it going to break everything? Possibly. Waffle's working on YouTube. But the stream's been good, right? Like we haven't had any issues like, no, okay, I see it on there. All right. I just had to refresh. Just don't forget to turn it off again. I know. False advertising. False advertising. I want my waffles. I know. They're important. I know. I appreciate that. You guys asking me, where's my waffle? I get it. I would want my waffle too. Like you're sitting there at the Waffle House. You got the guy over here doing the Waffy because we got options. You know, you got that guy cooking in the back, and then you got these other people, and you're like, bro, we came in before them, and they got their food before us. What's going on? What's really going on here? All right, now let's see. now that we got this thing, oh, hey, it's falling apart. We got our magnet right there. Oh, where am I gonna, how am I gonna sneaky this? Can I sneaky this right through here? Maybe. I'll worry about it later. We'll run that cable next week. We're just mocking stuff up. This will give me some good ideas. Now, so I am waiting for an AIO for this. I am planning to put that on the top. So I'm not going to install fans in on the top of the case, but I am going to put fans here on the side of the motherboard. Now, you do have options to be able to mount an AIO right here as well. There is a cutout for the AIO to go all the way down, because other than that, this is basically like a 2-fan space. And then there's also a little cover plate that we were talking about last week that, depending on if you're going to put the AIO on top or on the side, if you need that little extra room for your depth right here for the length of your AIO, you can just take this little cover plate off. Or if you're not using it, you can leave the cover plate on and have a nice clean look with the bottom of the power cover. So we'll go ahead, set that thing on there. Let's see how everything stacks up. Well, actually, you know what? Where is that screw? I think it was this one. Man, that 24 pin is getting in my way because the freaking thing is horizontal and not vertical. It's annoying me. Oh, and then say same thing here with the pin connection. So like, same idea here with this, kind of stacking them up. The funny thing is that the case, like this power cover is metal. So this is literally being held on by the magnets. It's kind of holding it up, so it's not going to just fall over. Granted, it might still fall over, but 3-fan stack like this, and I can move this thing around. You would have thought that would have gone flying out of the case, right? So nice little option there to utilize those magnets for that reason. But when you come around to the back side of the case, you don't have a lot of cutout areas. Now, you can go a couple of different ways with it. One is you can gap it out just a little bit right here, as there is a little cutout. I guess if the 24 pin again. Here, let's just take it out. I'm done with you, 24 pin, until next time. All right, I'm done with you. Now, if I put my fan stack back in, now I can do the pogo pins and go through the top or through the bottom. I kind of have the options to do either or. As you can see, there's a little cutout right here on the top where I can run my magnetic connection in through there, or my cables, depending on what fans that you get. My God, if you're not running magnet fans, please visit thermaltakeusa.com and take a look at our MagForce 2.0 and stop doing this to yourself with a 1-to-1 fan cable fan. All right? Get the new stuff. It will save you so much time, and it's nice and convenient too. I mean, way less cables to worry about. You know what I mean? But yeah, you have a little cutout here on the top. There is also a little cutout right here on the bottom, so you can kind of run it either way. I mean, ideally, it kind of would depend on your motherboard. Like if your ARGB's on the top versus the bottom, or maybe you got both. You know what I mean? And then you kind of got some options on, which way you want to go with it. But either way, it's your fan, it's your cable, your way. So figure out what you want to do there. And I would encourage that, especially with this one, because like the front panel one's not as big of a deal. I mean, I got it's open, the panel's off, it's like makes it easy. This one could be a little bit in the way. So what I would probably recommend, would be connect up the cable first, so that way you can get your spacing on the cable. You can almost literally smash this onto the floor of that, making sure that this bad boy's not going to come off. But at the same time, these are the new MagForce 2.0s. And I've had very good results from them versus the 8 pins that we initially launched with. These have definitely made stuff a lot easier. And with the bigger pin pads and the pogos, it's gotten even better. And we've got 8-pin versions for the higher end fans too, just the same. But we're dealing with ARGB, so you only need 6, so makes it even easier. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and run our cable here first. on this. That way we got a little bit of room. And funny enough, the little square here perfectly fits our Thermaltake magnetic connection. But I can't say it supports others. No. They make their little doohickey too big or a weird shape. Not going to work. But make it real easy. Boom. I get that on there. Drop this whole thing in like a this. And then, it's a little off balance because, the connector's only on one side. It's not like right in the middle. But this will kind of give us a nice option to see, just give yourself a little bit of a gap in case you have to change it, in case something just down the road. You know what I mean? You do you, right? You do you. As far as how you want to get all this fun stuff lined up. Now, let me grab at least a screw or two. We'll get this stuff in here. Pancakes. Who said pancakes in the chat? Go. I need more. Oh, I have more. I think the longest part of this build is taking everything out of the little baggies that it comes in. But then I got all these little baggies everywhere. I really hope the cops don't come. They may think wrong things. And I'd be like, no, man, I just built PCs. What are all these little bags for? Screws? Lying. Don't you lie to an officer. I could only imagine that kind of a discussion. I mean, I've literally had a scenario like that with custom cooling parts going through an airport. And you know what I had in there? Saws, heat guns, coolant that they thought was not coolant. Oh, that was a fun one. But, you got to do what you got to do. I just smiled at him and said, I'm a tech nerd. I build PC stuff. This is PC parts. And then I just started going nerd talk. And he goes, oh, okay. I don't understand anything you're saying. Just, it's fine. It's not a bomb. And I go, yeah, no. I go, no, I build a computer. This is going to Canada, by the way. Done it a few times. And I remember joking about it in the beginning, going like, I wonder if they're going to stop me. I wonder what they're going to think when they see a saw blade, miter box, liquid stuff. Those kind of things. I was just like, yeah, they can. Oh, yeah, they cared. Hey, where are you going? I know. Yeah, just pretty straightforward for a build. You know what I mean? A lot of fan options. I honestly don't think you need to put that many fans in here, but you can. You know what I mean? You may find yourself living in a retro world with a retro GPU. With beautiful fans. And a beautiful case. If only I could play on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. Go. Oh, yeah. Ah! Oh. Saved it. Just like to brace the fan in the front a little bit. But dude, this is really coming around. I love the nostalgia of the board. I mean, that just raw copper right there just gives me those vibes, baby. I love it. Remember just the oh man, you don't want your copper coated. It's going to take away from your cooling performance. You want that raw copper right there. You want to be able to see that raw copper in your build because you know it's going to give you performance. Gonna give you all the performance. Look at this 24 pin. Dude, the freaking 24 pin goes in here sideways. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let's see, do I want to run it lower? No, I guess I do want to run it lower. But at least now that we got our fans, dude, I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't this, I guess I could run it down like that and it kind of does that, but then I'm kind of worried about GPU clearance, so maybe I'll leave it up like this just so the graphics card goes in, you know? Let's just do, we're getting close to end of stream. I mean, I basically just got the one fan to put here on the back. Actually, let's do that real quick. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's knock that out. And then we'll mock up the graphics card so we can kind of get a little idea. It does help me a lot because I really do try to not touch this until next Wednesday. I really, really do. I want you guys to see where we left off. I want you guys to see the continuing of the story. There's really not much that I do behind the scenes when it comes to this. Some stuff comes last minute and I just go. And I think that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? You're going to have some bumps. You're going to have some fun little mistakes. And well, what fun is that? Benchmarking and testing everything a week before you got to go live. You know what I mean? Like, if something was going to explode, wouldn't you want me to share that with you right here at home? Right? You're like, yes, Mike, I want explosions, just not your PC. And I go, yeah, no, I get you. You know, I get all that. But you know, different people watch NASCAR for different reasons. Am I right? I don't know if it's the same as it ever was, but it's definitely got some old school. You know, I wanted to see if I could get the third fan in the front. Oh, wait. This is what I wanted to show you. Look, it's just kind of creeping out the top a little bit. Like, I honestly feel like, you know, majority of this right here is a wall, right? You do have ventilation all down through here. I mean, it's literally ventilated, yeah, to probably about right here on the case. We're pretty much where this line is ventilation minus the floppy. But I bet some of you may be wondering, well, I thought you said you could only put 2 fans in the front, not 3, but I'm watching you put 3 in right now, Mike. What are we doing? And, you know, I was like, I honestly haven't seen it. I was curious if it was possible. And I hadn't had a chance to try it. I mean, it is kind of pushing against there, but you know what? The fan spins. It's not making a grinding noise. It's not making a grinding noise. I mean, you know, can I have my cake and eat it too? You put the screen in here. It does kind of eliminate the idea of the fan, you know, as far as it actually giving you the cooling and everything, but you'll get a nice little 3-stack in the front there through the back. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe I'll take it out. We'll figure it out. But maybe you were curious. Maybe you were just like, I mean, yeah, I don't need it, but that doesn't mean I don't want it. So, I get it. Is it going to make a break? Nah. Is it fun to try? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, of course, dude, we could put 3 more fans along the bottom. I have those as well, so we'll be mocking those up probably next week, you know, to get the fans in there and everything. But let's see what my precious GTX 470 EVGA card. I don't think this was before FTW, SSC, and all that stuff. It was just a GeForce GTX 470 by EVGA. That was it. I remember we had little cover things and we were doing all the Duke Nukem's and all the other fun little things with it and everything like that. But to be able to give this thing some fun after all these years, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. So, mocking it up. I think we're going 2 slots down. Yeah. We're going to go 2 slots down for the GPU. I had to take it off that torque setting. You know, those coarse fan screws. Get this one out. There we go. Brackets out. Got the GPU. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, dude, fits like a glove. Fits like a glove. Get a screw in just to hold it down. Holder in there. Got my little screw. Got my free little screw accessory tray right there. Look at that. Look at that. Here. Let me show you. Let me show you this with the IDE, man. You guys are going to laugh. You guys are going to laugh so much. You're like, dude, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Let's see. But don't stop believing, chat. You never know unless you try. You never know unless you try. Dude, check this out. Check this out. And look, I got plenty of room down here for the graphics card, or for the other fans, you know, to be able to put them in there. Here's kind of just like an idea of that. And I could have some nice intake just going right up, hitting into the card right here. This, especially being a blower style card, it's just gonna push everything right out the back here. Yeah, you remember those days? Remember DVI ports and stuff? But here's the kicker right here. Here is the kicker right here. Look at that. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can get in here enough. Look at that. Look at that clearance right there for that IDE right there, guys. Look at it's literally almost flush with the back plate. But I still think I could get something in there. But this whole 24-pin sideways action right here is definitely giving you know, me some problems. You know what I mean? But like I said, we could tuck this up, I guess, a little bit. I mean, it is kind of what it is because it's horizontal like this. But yeah, literally IDE right below that, right above the graphics card. Like, couldn't be any closer. I don't really think it could be any closer. Oh, we're gonna have to get the maintenance crew out here for the top-down camera. We're gonna have to get the maintenance crew out here. But dude, little nostalgia, little retro, little nostalgia. You know, with this, little bit of fun. You know, I liked. Which one did I like? Oh, I like this one was good. This one was really good. Do that. Do that. There we go. Retro 360 by Thermaltake. This is our new look on something old school, being able to bring both ATX and micro ATX with the Retro 360 or Retro 240. You want to put in some old parts or some new parts or both? Mix and match. It's your retro, your way. I'm so excited to get this thing fired up, man. I am so excited. We got some cables hanging out the back. We'll take care of that. But man, that copper in there on that, I can't wait to get it all lit up. I can't wait to get everything all set. It's gonna be so sick. And it's just an old school retro PC case, man. I would love, yeah, water cooling, 100%. Like, if I could go back and use old school water cooling too with it, I was looking for water 3.0s, man. I was looking for them. All right, you guys. I think it's good, man. I'm so excited to get it fired up. I want to show you guys the BIOS. I can't wait to show you guys the BIOS and see what we can do. We'll have some fun next week with the build and getting everything tied up. I hope you guys are here for all the vibes, being able to go back in time and take a look at some really cool parts. I was super stoked to be able to find some stuff to show you guys today, because I just love thinking about where we've become, where we have come from. over the last decades of PC gaming and just PCs in general, man. Need that need that modem sound. Okay, I'll see if I can find something, okay? I don't know, Tom. Dude, I don't know if we can do 3-1. I'm pretty sure the board supports XP, but I don't know if it supports 95. I'll have to take a look. It's an Asus Republic of Gamers Crossfire motherboard. It's not even a Crossfire 1. It's just a Crossfire motherboard. The web page is still up, so I got to give props to Asus for that, but there's no photos. There's no photos. Other than in the manual, you know what I mean? ChatGPT saved my butt finding a lot of this info, by the way, and having to Google and dig around for it, you know? Get that 56K action going, you know? All right, you guys. Oh, man. You guys have a good one. That's going to wrap it up for us here today. Appreciate all the fun. Thank you guys so much for waffling with us. We'll be back next week to wrap up our retro and hopefully get everything all fired up and maybe install some old OSs. It might take a while, but let's have some fun. You know what I mean? Stay tuned for more. And as always, appreciate you guys being here for another wonderful hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Let's go, baby. We're halfway through the week. The weekend's even closer. You guys have a great rest of your week. Hopefully helped break up your wonderful work that you had all week today and have even a better weekend. Stay cool out there. I know it's hot. Make sure you guys drink water, stay hydrated, and all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Laters.
Glowing neon in a modern frame, taking it back to the classic game. Heavy metal chassis.
Golden Fire, if you're still here, I appreciate the 3-stream streak, baby. Thank you so much.
Turn the key tonight. Watch the CRT flicker into light. Thermaltake, taking it back. Old school, cool for the modern track. Rewind the grid, time to step inside. An 80s dream where the pixels glide. Thermaltake, taking it back. Old school style for you to rule. Retro 360 built to last. Brand new shell that looks like the past. Shifting rhythm cooling in the air. Beige box aesthetic with a future flair. Press start to play, let the system load.